lived in the city now for just 7 years. I guess we're gonna have this bridge built, whether we like it or not. And I got a question about this temporary bridge they're building. Why don't they build a new bridge next to the old bridge? Now, it seems to me they cut a lot of cost down by doing it. Built the new bridge down, and I could straighten out the roadway if you ever look at the way the roadway is. And I'm not an engineer, but it just seems to me silly to waste all that money. My degree is criminal justice, which is what I think this whole thing is anyway.
Okay. On the issue of the presentation you saw, are there any questions on the presentation that you just saw?
Why don't you take a vote? What was the need for it anyway?
Why?
Yeah, why?
You guys know when we do not satisfy there was no need to take no vote. There was no need to say, the design this way because. You don't hear that. You hear engineering. I'm not an engineer. There are very few people in this place who are engineers and can speak to that. We want to know why we're stuck with this bringing monstrosity. That's what we want to know.
Moratorium.
John?
Promise not to go long like the last time. Can we bring back up the slide with the timeline? Would that be possible for a second? Because it's specific to the presentation. Can we bring up the timeline slide again? Okay, thank you very much. I just had two questions. One is with respect to the presentation made to the Civic Association in March 2007. It says the president gave endorsement of the bridge. Now, I was at that meeting. Barbara was also at that meeting. I think some other people in the room were at that meeting too. I never heard those words come out of Frank Fitz's mouth. So unless someone on the staff is clairvoyant, how was that communicated? That's one of my questions. And number two, it's also listed down there, the community board conveys majority support for the bridge concept. Now, the community board had a meeting the other night where the community board voted to make a letter of support for the Civic's position. And the community board, to my knowledge, and I go to many other meetings and we have people here who are on it, never voted to support this bridge. So how were those conclusions derived to? That is my question on the presentation.
I'm the person in the community board, so I can answer the community board portion of the question. What happened was the agency came to the community board, indicated the bridge was in poor condition and needed to be replaced, and we said, okay, you need to replace it. That's what that refers to. That's all.
But not the bridge concept.
We needed to replace a bridge.
Yes,
We didn't
okay.
say what bridge had to, we didn't say how
Thank
to
you.
replace it or what to replace it with. We said we needed to replace it. That's what we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, the design commission is supposed to have said that they approved the bridge.
Why don't you get behind me?
Come on, your mouth.
Try and keep up with what's
Just an aside, the design commission is part of the city of New York that okays things like bridge design. We went to them, they could not find minutes of any meeting where this was discussed or approved. My big question right now, though, is one thing you have not mentioned, is what's going to happen at the north end of the island after when they start construction on this bridge, and that is that access to Bridge Street is going to be blocked. And that means that anybody who wants to go to the Lobster House, even Charlie Sheen, would have to go to Cross Street, wait for the light, turn left, go on Cross Street to Miniford, and then drive up Miniford and over 2 speed humps to get to the Lobster House or JP's or any house north of Cross Street. So this is really, 3 years is going to make a huge difference to people, and you haven't even mentioned that.
Okay. I'm hearing from the DOT staff that no streets are being closed. ever on the project. So I hope that assuages some of those concerns. Now, actually, some of you didn't get to speak, so I'm going to try and get somebody else who had. Jackie? Go ahead.
Bring her a microphone.
Microphone.
I make jokes about age, etc. I just wanted to tell you that in the early 90s, my grandfather was negotiating with a private person to buy the bridge. Not for a toll, just to buy it, own it, and beautify it. If you do this, if the bridge does go through, we are losing a piece of our park, and we're losing Legion Square. And a piece of the waterfront property is going to be taken, which is up for sale anyway. And so that's another problem. And we all love this island. We worked hard and long. I've been here since I was a child, which is many moons ago. And we all are definite in taking this abusive tone towards you, not on any personal basis, but you've got to think about what this island is about. Since 1600, when King George III owned it.